Officer, I didn't do it. Honest.
Oh, don't try to pull the wool over my eyes. I've gone through this before. I know you. It's you. You've done it.
Officer, how do you know it was me? I wasn't there.
Oh, I know. Because your spots tell me. No two set of spots is alike. And I know it was you.
Oh, officer. No! Hello, listeners. This is Moosejaw Matt. Welcome back to another episode here on Nature and Science for Kids. And this episode is about giraffes. Well, that was an interesting introduction, wasn't it? What we had, in my imagination anyway, was a scene in which a giraffe was being accused, which would never happen. Again, it's my imagination. And this is a podcast. We can do whatever we want. But a giraffe was being accused, and he says, I wasn't there. But the officer, he knew the truth because he saw the spots. There was evidence. That's one of our facts about giraffes. Giraffes have a unique coat pattern just like humans have unique fingerprints. No two sets are alike. So people who study giraffes can identify them based on their different spots. It's pretty remarkable. Did you know that there's not just one type of giraffe, but there are actually 4 species of giraffe? I didn't know, and you probably didn't know either. There's the northern giraffe. Hello up here. There's the southern giraffe. It's good to meet you. That was not a very good, convincing southern accent. Let's try that again. I'm a giraffe. Southern giraffe. Yeah, that's a little better. We have the northern giraffe, the southern giraffe, the reticulated giraffe, and the Maasai giraffe. Giraffe feet are the size of a dinner plate with a diameter of 30 centimeters. That's about a foot, 12 inches. Giraffe tongues are, what color do you think they are? Do you think they're pink, blue, polka dotted, black, gray, green? Maybe they have chlorophyll in them. Maybe they're photosynthesizing tongues. That would make no sense. Giraffe tongues are actually bluish purple and between 45 and 50 centimeters long. That's about 18 to 20 inches. If you can find an adult near you and have them hold out their arms, that's roughly from their elbow out to the tips of their fingers. Say, hey parent, can I borrow your arm? Uncle, hey, let me see your arm please. Wow, that's a long giraffe tongue. And they'll be confused unless they're listening to this with you. Both male and female giraffes have horns already at birth. And the random Moosejaw Matt fact that no one else knows until you in about 30 seconds or 10 seconds. When I was a kid, I don't know why I remember this, but I remember some dream I was ice skating, which is kind of funny because that's not something I grew up doing, but I was ice skating and there was a baby giraffe and it was out on the ice and I remember it falling and spinning around and I saw its little horns. That's all I remember. Ice skating giraffe that spun out. And it's really random. But there you go, a random Moosejaw Matt dream. The giraffe is the tallest mammal in the world. Even newborn giraffes are taller than most humans. Female giraffes give birth standing up. Their young fall about 2 meters, 6.5 feet to the ground. What a way to be welcomed into the world. Well, welcome to the world. And then, from what I've heard, giraffe mothers kick their young to get them to walk. What a rude awakening, but it's just a part of their survival. They have to get up. They have to start moving because otherwise there's going to be a line after them and then life will be ended. So it's tough love at the beginning for the giraffe babies. Wah, wah. Giraffe necks are actually too short to reach the ground, but they need to drink water. So what do? They get straws. Nope, no straws. Actually, they splay their front legs and bend their knees, and then they lower their necks so they can reach the surface of the water. I think because of how difficult it is to get down to the water, this leads us to our next fact, that they only drink water every few days. I would not recommend you trying that, by the way. Either trying to drink from the ground or waiting every few days to drink water. You should drink water regularly. You're supposed to drink probably a lot more than you think. I try to drink 2 Nalgene water bottles a day or more, which ends up being about 80 ounces. Anyway, drink water. Don't be like the giraffe, who only drinks water every few days. Also, to protect the giraffe's brain from sudden changes in blood pressure when it drinks, the veins in the giraffe's neck act like one-way streets so that blood doesn't go rushing down to the giraffe's brain and burst it, which sounds violent, but it's a real deal when you're a giraffe and have a long neck. So God has designed it that way. Amazing. I'm wondering, listeners, if you've ever seen someone wearing compression socks to help squeeze the blood from their feet and ankles and lower legs back up to the rest of their body. God has built that in, essentially, to giraffes. Their blood vessels are thickly walled and muscled, and it acts a lot like giant compression socks and squeezes the blood from their legs back up to their heart. And apparently NASA scientists have studied this to get inspiration from giraffes for how to design spacesuits. Now, I don't know, don't work for NASA, but that's what I read. So I'm going to assume it's true, I guess. But that's pretty amazing. By the way, when humans take ideas from nature, it's called biomimicry. Bio means life. Mimicry is like when you're mimicking, you're copying life. They're copying ideas from nature. Nature has the best ideas. Did you know that the Toyota Prius, its design is after, at least in part, from some funny looking fish that are very efficient with how they swim? Biomimicry is all around us. It's remarkable. God's ways are the best. Yeah, let's just say that. And final giraffe fact. A giraffe heart weighs about 11 kilograms. That's about 25 pounds. With an average resting heart rate of 40 to 90 beats per minute. That's not too different from a human. So if you can find your pulse on your neck or your wrist, unless you've just been running, your heart rate is probably similar to that of a giraffe. But I'm guessing your heart does not weigh 25 pounds. And there you go, giraffe facts for a certain listener. Her name is Hosanna in Pennsylvania. She wanted to hear some facts about giraffes. Hosanna, there you go. I hope you enjoyed those. I learned some things. That's something I enjoy about this podcast and learning with you. I learn as I learn. I learn as I share. It's fun. And I hope you do too. I also wanted to start to share some reviews from online. These are going way back. 2.5 years. This is going way back to the very beginning, just within days of the release of the episodes of the podcast. The first ever review was by one BNW Dance, and it just says that they're from the United States. They said, "I'm so excited to have a kids Christian science podcast. I can't wait for more episodes." And obviously when they wrote that, there were only about 2 out, maybe 3. So now you have over 100 since then. B&W Dance. I hope you're enjoying the podcast still. Thank you for being the first reviewer. And another review going back to the end of 2020, Mrs. Dr. Chuck. Whoever you are, wonderful name. It says, "Matt does a fantastic job making episodes interesting and understandable for little ones. Fun little episodes for kids to look forward to, and the adults will probably learn from them too. 100% would recommend." Thank you, Mrs. Dr. Chuck, for your kind review. I hope you're still continuing to enjoy it. And other listeners, if you have not given a review, whether stars or word review, please share. Thank you for those who have, and if you haven't, send one out. And it can be honest. You don't have to give me 5 stars. You don't have to give us a perfect rating, although we won't complain if you do. But an honest review would be greatly appreciated. Thank you to those who already have. Listeners, we also had a question about episode number 99. Do you remember that? There was a story I had about being in a pool, a wave pool with my high school students, and there was a creature that would tuck up its legs and there would be air trapped so it could float. And I picked it up on my hand and I almost was freaked out, but I cared more about saving that creature. And the girls went screaming away. Do you know what animal that was? It was a giraffe. No, it was not a giraffe. It was a spider. That was the mystery animal. It was a spider. It would curl up, and then unfurl and climb on my arm. And there was a part of me that wanted to just throw it away, like toss it. Spider on my arm. But I overcame my fear in willingness to save the spider. And I think it thanked me in a sort of spidery way. But there it is. There's the mystery animal. Listeners, thank you for joining me. I'm Moosejaw Matt. Until next time, keep... Actually, we have a little bit of a riddle here to prepare us for the next episode. Riddle might be a bit of an overstatement. Let's not call it a riddle. What animal has a stinger? What animal likes dry areas? What animal did I see when I was in the Caribbean? Find out the answer to those questions next episode. Now, I'm Moosejaw Matt. Until next time, keep exploring your world.